ufology, Bigfoot, or just the unusual. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you very much for joining me today. We've had a big week, haven't we? First of all, today is September 11th. Even though we're not doing a show specifically about that day, it is still very much in our hearts and in our minds. And even for those of us who were affected by it only through seeing the tragic events of that day, my heart always will go out to those who have lost so much from that day. And to all the people who are in service around our country, I just want to thank you for that. Also, at the beginning of the week, England had a queen and a different prime minister than they had at the end of the week. It was quite the incredible situation. And being someone who's been a fan of the UK for so long, it is sad that Queen Elizabeth II had passed away at the age of 96. But the legacy that she has left behind has been absolutely incredible. And I've been listening to people all week talk about what that legacy was, and everyone has such a unique perspective on it, but we still haven't covered it all after 70 years of service to our country. For those of you who do not agree with the royalists or whatever, fair enough. But from this point of view, what an incredible life of service. Also, one other thing that I think is worth bringing up that I didn't know about, I went to, and maybe Patrick, I don't know if you have any say or any idea on this at all. I went earlier this week to get some matches to go ahead and start my grill. I wanted to get some large matches. And when I went to the grocery store and they scanned my matches, I had to show my ID. And is that something that's in Minnesota now? Obviously, I don't buy matches, and I just never even knew that was even a thing.
I've never bought matches, so I couldn't tell you if that's a new thing or not.
Yeah, I mean, that was really just interesting. And I don't know. I mean, people have told me that might be simply because there, that might be used in some way to create meth or whatever. But all I know is that it's just like, okay, I just did not expect that. So I'm just a little confused by that. So that being said, I left there going, okay. I mean, am I mad about it? No, not at all. It's just like, but yet another thing that we have to show our ID about. I understand about like Sudafed and stuff like that. It's just very interesting. Now, what we're going to do today, and this is one of the things I love doing for the show, and I hope people take part in it, is that we're going to do some one-question readings today. And I absolutely really love doing that. And a friend of mine who has not been on the show before, but we've been talking about it for a while. I'm really excited to have her on today. Nicole Antoinette is a psychic medium, tarot card reader, spiritual mentor, author, and channeler. She's been featured on Times and other publications, and she's the personality behind the popular Guiding Echoes YouTube channel and radio show. As a young child, Nicole was extremely sensitive. She could sense the presence of invisible entities in her home, and she could always feel when something was off about something or someone. Growing up in a Protestant household with closed-minded and abusive parents meant that she had to go through her confusing spiritual and psychic evolution alone, without any guidance from the adults around her. Today, Nicole is a beacon of hope for people who grew up in a religious, oppressive, and abusive households in which their natural intuitive abilities were shunned or viewed as evil. She's not only helps people to connect to their loved ones in spirit, but she also teaches people how to embrace their psychic abilities and to integrate them into their everyday lives. And like I said, we're thrilled to have Nicole on to do one-question readings for the audience today. Nicole, welcome to Ghostbox Radio.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I'm very happy to have you on. We've been talking about this for a while, so I'm just thrilled that you were able to join me today.
Yeah, I'm excited too. But I have to tell you, like after your matches story, I'm kind of thinking I might hang up my hat as a psychic medium and go into the underground black market of selling matches.
Right? I mean, but now you have to buy matches in privacy. You just incognito so people can't trace.
Yeah, I'll meet you in a back alley. No ID required.
Right, exactly. I don't understand it. And I would also like to invite all of our listeners to join into the conversation today. To do so, call in to get a one-question reading from Nicole live on the air. Call 952-946-6205. You can call in at 952-946-6205 or email us a comment or question. The email address for the station is comment@am950radio.com. Though I prefer a call in if you can do so. We are live on AM 950 Radio, but also streaming video on the following Facebook pages. You can watch us on AM 950, Things Network, MN Ghostbox, Free Spirited Network, and we are also on, I'm missing a couple on here, Skeleton Key and Temple of Phoenix Rising Network. This is, there's so many, I can't keep up with them anymore. Also, you can feel free to leave your question in those comment sections, but the purpose of the readings is meant to be light in tone. Please don't ask questions needing mediumship today, politics, medical, legal. I'm pretty sure Nicole is not a doctor or an attorney.
This is true.
If you are, I was going to say, if you are, please correct me. Please keep it to relationships, love, money, new jobs, whatever else. Further readings, you want to go deeper with readings, Nicole is always available to do readings. And how can we get folks your direction to get readings?
So they can visit my website at guidingechoes.com, and they will click on the button that says work with me, and that will take them to the service page where they can tell me what type of reading that they want, and they can also schedule the date and time on their own. And if you happen to get to that page and I'm not available during a time or date that will suit you, they can always shoot me an email at hello@guidingechoes.com.
Excellent. Fantastic. And I have I can see people that are watching us from Glasgow and other places. So let's have a good show. Folks, get your questions in. We're going to start that. As host, I have this ability that I can be the one. And actually, I'm going to hold off on that because we're getting close to break here. So why don't we start with this? You have your own radio show that you are doing, and you just started that. How is that going for you, and how could people listen?
It is going great. It is so much fun. We have a wide variety of guests every Tuesday. Well, we have one guest every Tuesday, but we have a wide range of people that dive into fascinating topics. And so, it's broadcasted actually in New Orleans, but people can also go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Guiding Echoes, and watch live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. So it's a lot of fun.
That is fun. Congratulations on that. That is really exciting that you're able to do that, and that your positive message is reaching so many people, and it is a very positive message. I love listening to you, and you have so many great ideas and good, like I said before, positive things to say, and that's really needed. That's fantastic.
Well, thank you. I certainly try.
Well, absolutely. So why don't we do this? Well, let's start the questions after our break here. When we come back, we're going to start our one question readings with psychic medium Nicole Antoinette. Get your questions in. Let's start this going now. You are listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Hi, my name is Pamela Topchian. I'm a former nurse, published author, and board-certified hypnotherapist with hypnobreakthrough.com. Do you feel stuck in a rut? Finding yourself wondering if this is all there is to life? Tired of just existing? Hypno Breakthrough can help you to reduce stress, release fears, gain confidence, and reach your life's goals holistically, mindfully, and gently. So I ask you, what changes would you like to see in your life? Let's talk about it. Contact me, Pamela Topchian, board-certified hypnotherapist, to schedule your free consultation, which includes a complimentary stress-reducing sample session so you can see how it feels for yourself before any commitments are made. Go to hypnobreakthrough.com for all the information. That's hypnobreakthrough.com.
Hi, this is Ken Hageland, host of Living Healthy and Aging Well, inviting you to listen to our live call-in talk show airing every Saturday from noon to 1, where we talk about your health and your life and provide insights you need to know to live and age well. Each week, we talk with guests who provide answers to important questions regarding healthcare, elder care, end-of-life care, and self-care for caregivers, and help you and your loved ones plan for the future and enjoy your highest quality of life today. Please join us every Saturday from noon to 1 on AM 950 for Living Healthy and Aging Well.
Turn to Auto Technical with your vehicle donation. We have families waiting for a car. You know, over 85% of unemployed are successful in finding and keeping a job if they have dependable transportation. A car plus a job equals a life changed. 612-919-5526. We have families waiting for a car. 919-5526 or autotech.org.
It's an absolute must for any true foodie. Vinaigrette at 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis offers premium oils and vinegars for the most discriminating of tastes. This is Sarah Piepenberg, owner of Vinaigrette. We bottle on-site, there's no guesswork, and you get to taste test each and every oil and vinegar we offer. Our direct relationship with the growers ensures an uncompromised level of satisfaction. When you need to know you're cooking with the finest ingredients, first contact the independently owned Vinaigrette, 50th and Xerxes in South Minneapolis. Online at vinaigrettemn.com.
Hi, Matt McNeil here. You know my first Toyota love was the RAV4. I recently had a chance to revisit that romance when I got to drive a RAV4 for a week, and I still love it. It fits like a glove. And with the wildly popular RAV4 Hybrid, you get a vehicle that's stylish, energy efficient, and tough. You can't find a better combination. The RAV4 Hybrid is fuel efficient with an estimated city highway combined miles per gallon of 40, and the RAV4 Hybrid received a 2022 NHTSA 5-star overall safety rating. Test drive one at Rudy Luther Toyota, 5 miles west of downtown Minneapolis on 394.
Are you dreading Monday, hating life, and living for the weekends? It might be time for some life changes. Pamela Topjian is a board-certified hypnotherapist at hypnobreakthrough.com, and she can help. Consultations are always free, and you'll also receive complimentary sample sessions to try out. To get in touch with Pamela, go to hypnobreakthrough.com or send a message on social media, Hypno Breakthrough or Pamela Marie Topjian. And note, about a couple weeks ago, we had her on as a guest. She really explained very well what she does and how she can help you. So please go there and check it out. Now, welcome back to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950. My name is Greg Bakken. Thank you for joining us. Our guest today is psychic medium Nicole Antoinette, and she's doing one-question readings for us today. So if you want a reading, call into 952-946-6205. That's 952-946-6205. Or if you're watching us on a Facebook page, please leave your questions in the comments. Remember, let's keep the questions light and no questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. And I have to apologize. I spent the first segment talking about matches. But it's a good subject, Nicole. I do apologize, though. So let's get things going here. Now, going to Facebook, and we're saying now, of course, and I'm making this sound very professional at the moment as I'm trying to find the question. I'm over at the Temple of Phoenix Rising Facebook page, and Jane asked the question, Nicole, why can I see spirit on the wall and hear things? And I'm not sure if that's actually a medium or like a one question, or is she just wondering in general? So I'm going to pass it back over to you.
Yeah, typically when people are able to see spirits or hear spirits, it's because their energy is primed for it. So I don't know how well versed Jane is when it comes to chakras and clairvoyance and things of that nature, but it seems to me like her energy has lit up for one reason or another. And so, again, I see this as being a more generic explanation because people largely are able to see spirits and hear them for the same reason, is that their energy is just primed for it. So they've gotten to a point, one reason or another, whether it's because they went through a traumatic experience, they recently lost someone, or they lost someone some time ago and their gifts lit up. They may have just dived deeply into spiritual things such as meditation and yoga, And all of those, as I'm sure you already know, Greg, have the ability to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness and your energy. And when that expansion happens and your vibration begins to lift, it means that you become more sensitive to the spirits around you. And so that's why you're able to see them and hear them, possibly when others don't.
Now, if she hasn't experienced this before, and perhaps that's why she's asking, this is all new to her, and you know, we're not turning this into an infomercial, but the thing with this is when you get to that, there is a point that you probably should get some sort of primer of some kind, right? Of how to deal with it if you don't know how to, because it could really be difficult. That's something you could help with, right?
Well, there's a lot of factors that play in this. So one of my questions would be, did she move recently? Is this a new place? Because maybe she's living someplace that's haunted. So maybe that's why she's able to see them, is because she lives in an area where now she's got spirit roommates now. But if she does need some type of a primer or something, I have, if she was wanting to learn how to enhance this ability or control it more, I do have different online courses that could possibly help her with that. So she can check those out over at guidingechoes.com.
And it's always just nice to be able to, I mean, there's a lot of great things to gain from those type of courses, almost regardless where you're at, because there's always,
absolutely.
It is a form of meditation, really. To be able to kind of balance your mind when you're in heart, actually, when you're doing all that. We're with Nicole Antoinette, psychic medium. She is graciously doing one question readings for us today. And you can call in at 952-946-6205. Or you could send us a message or a note on the comments on any Facebook page you're watching, which is where I'm going to right now. I'm going to AM 950's Facebook page, where Pamela asks if you could give a general reading. She would love one.
Is this the Pamela that's a hypnotherapist?
It is. And she is, I mean, and I always say this, I mean, it's so amazing that, you know, you listen to her commercial, it's just that super calm voice, and then it comes back to me, and it probably just, you know, just shatters people out of that like calmness. But that's what I bring.
Don't know, you have a very ASMR voice too. I could see you doing ASMR videos and people falling asleep and getting those tinglies.
Well, it's funny.
I could see that.
Well, I've heard people fall asleep when they listen to the show. So I mean, is that's so it's starting at least. Anyway, we're Pamela. Yes, it's the same Pamela.
All right. So let me just tune in and see what I'm picking up on. From Pamela. So I'm getting a very interesting image in my mind. I am seeing, it almost looks like the Queen of Cups to me. If I were to tune into this more and look at a tarot card, this looks like the Queen of Cups, but I'm really drawn to the cup right now. And it feels like the cup is maybe half empty and half full. So we've got one of those scenarios. And what I'm feeling, Pamela, is that for you, you might be looking at this cup going, okay, where's the rest? Where's the rest? And so I'm not sure what that means for you, Pamela. I don't know if that means that in your practice, maybe you're like, where are the other clients? Or even where's the joy? You know, sometimes you get into, although as I'm saying this, I know that this isn't happening, but it might be something that happens soon. Sometimes you can get into a business of service where you're helping other people and it feels great. But then after a while, you do start to get depleted and you start to wonder, okay, where's that joy? Where's that buzz that I got? And so if you're not there now, that might be something that starts to happen. It might even be that you're working with people who are experiencing that, because there's a reason this is coming up in the reading. But if you start to experience that, it's important for you to remember that you have to fill your cup up first, and that there's no shame in feeling burnt out or even having compassion fatigue. Because again, when you're in service to other people, you do start to hear very, I want to say, debilitating stories of other people. And in a way, you do start to take on their energy. And if you're empathic, which I know Pamela is, because I can feel that from her, when you're an empath, you start to take on some of those emotions and some of that energy for them. And sometimes you don't even recognize it's happening. And I do know that Pamela is good at shielding that, because that's what I'm hearing. and seeing. I see that she's really good about shielding her energy and her affirmations and her self-talk. But even with that, sometimes things can still slip in and still make us feel vulnerable and sad, and we still take on energy for other people, because as an empath, it's just naturally what you do. And so with that, just know that if you're not there now, that season might be coming. Probably, I don't know, there's something about the holidays where that might start to show up. And it's important to remember that, again, nothing wrong with you. It's totally okay to go through those ups and downs in your mood. You can't be everything to all people, not even your clients or your family at all times. And then also this question, where's the rest? Again, I don't know what that's referring to. I don't know what she feels is missing exactly. But the whole, like, where's the rest? I hear that it's coming soon. I feel like you need to keep putting your intention and attention on what it is that you are growing. And as I'm saying that word, I'm actually seeing this cup boiling over really quickly. So continue to put your thoughts on and focus on what it is that you're wanting to bring in. Don't focus on the lack. Focus on what it will look like to have that thing that you're wanting, that little piece that's missing, that you're aware it's missing. And it's kind of, I don't want to say it's making you batty, but it's just like, where is it? So it's coming. It's coming. Just keep focusing on it. Keep asking the universe for it. Continue to set that intention. Know it's coming. Know it's yours. And I feel like it'll be here pretty soon.
So what do you do when you are in that situation? I mean, do you follow your own advice that you just give, or do you do something different? I mean, because it is always one thing to tell people, right? And then are you disciplined enough that you do follow exactly that sort of regimen? Because I bet you get it as well, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So for me, when I start to feel like emptiness creep up, or I am prone to depression. So when I start to feel that coming on, I do take a break from work and tending to others, because that's when I realize that I need to take care of myself first. And so I'll dive into things that represent self-care for me. And so that could be drawing. Like I'm obsessed with drawing and painting on my iPad right now. Can be watching, reruns of The Family Guy, because as wrong as that show is, it always makes me like laugh hysterically.
Yeah.
And so like I'll look for those things that just make me feel good. And then, it's really easy. I think all of us, and your listeners included, can all relate to what it feels like to have something missing in your life. Whether it's something that's missing in your job, or missing in your family, or missing in your relationship, or just something that feels like it's missing from yourself, it's really easy to become focused on that feeling of something missing. And I feel like I've been doing better at focusing on what I'm calling in and keeping my attention there. But, it's easy for all of us to slip into the negativity of life, because that's how our brain is wired. It's wired that way to keep us alive. And so it can be difficult to remember that we're safe, we're okay, we live in an abundant world, we live in an abundant universe. And in order for us to get what we want, we have to ask for it, we have to intend it, and we have to hold focus and space for it, and it will come in.
So we have up on deck, we have Annette, we have Dawn, we have Ashley, we have Jane. We have plenty of time for more people to still call in and put their comments in if they want a reading. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do more one-question readings with psychic medium Nicole Antoinette. You are listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950.
Would you let animals pick your insurance? Do you really need to experience mayhem to get the best rates? Or how about a celebrity quarterback or fake university saving you money? There's a lot of marketing stunts when it comes to insurance, but what you really need is someone looking out for you. Call Array Insurance, and they will work hard to find you the best insurance coverage and rates. So avoid gimmicks and call Cheryl at Array, 763-504-3067, or arrayinsurance.com. Array Insurance, working hard for you.
Lost language, isolation, colonization, assault, disease and torture, school, lost family, abuse, relocation, customs, allotments, hate, reservation. Fear.
History has taken its toll on our families. Our fathers and grandfathers, our mothers, our grandmothers, they didn't deserve to be raped and abused. I don't deserve to be raped and abused. Today I walk with pride. I'm reclaiming my body, my heritage, and traditional customs that value all living things. I'm learning healthy boundaries, and I stand with Minnesota Indian women to end sexual violence. Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
Hi, my name is Pamela Topchian. I'm a former nurse, published author, and board-certified hypnotherapist with hypnobreakthrough.com. Do you feel stuck in a rut? Finding yourself wondering if this is all there is to life? Tired of just existing? Hypno Breakthrough can help you to reduce stress, release fears, gain confidence, and reach your life's goals holistically, mindfully, and gently. So I ask you, what changes would you like to see in your life? Let's talk about it. Contact me, Pamela Topchian, board-certified hypnotherapist, to schedule your free consultation, which includes a complimentary stress-reducing sample session, so you can see how it feels for yourself before any commitments are made. Go to hypnobreakthrough.com for all the information. That's hypnobreakthrough.com.
Register at AUSM.org for the Autistic Community Summit, created and curated by people with autism for people with autism. People like me. This is Zephyr James, Community Engagement Manager at the Autism Society of Minnesota, inviting you to experience our Autistic Community Summit on Saturday, September 17th. Register at AUSM.org. The Autistic Community Summit centers autistics and allows them to share what they've learned, overcome, and continue to persevere through in their lived experience. Our summit celebrates neurodiversity, and all of our speakers are autistic. Through this presentation process, AWESOME intends to further build leaders and advocates throughout Minnesota's diverse autistic community. In-person attendance has sold out, but virtual tickets are virtually unlimited. So host your own watch party during the Autistic Community Summit by registering at AUSM.org. That's AUSM.org.
Hi, this is Kirk Duckwall with Bricks Real Estate and the Twin Cities Real Estate Show here on AM 950. With home prices at all-time highs, do you want to downsize but don't know where to start? With the fast-changing market, I can help with timing, pricing strategy, home preparation, and much more. Take the worry of selling away and give me a call today at 651-303-0019. I've helped many AM 950 listeners sell their houses, and I can help you too.
And just a reminder, everyone, please remember to support our friends over at Enchanted Boutique. This wonderful metaphysical store offers products such as books, candles, tarot cards, crystals, plus classes and services. They are truly, truly wonderful people. I'm happy to call them my friends. We've been friends for many years. You can visit them locally at 1860 Beam Avenue in Maplewood, Minnesota. But if you're not local and you want to see the amazing things that they have going on there, you can go to their Facebook page, Enchanted Boutique MN, and also their website, enchantedboutiquemn.com. On their social media channels, I see that they're gearing up for a lot of great things. So they've been going to different festivals and stuff. So please follow them, support them, buy stuff from them. You're not going to be disappointed. I just want to make sure you know everything that is going on with them. And also, as a programming note, tonight I'm going to be on Jenny Davis. She works with her mom at Enchanted Boutique. Her show, Unturned Pages, I'm going to be a guest tonight on, and that you can find that on Facebook on Shadow Hunters Paranormal Investigations and Events page. That's going to be on 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's video. We're going to be talking about the paranormal, spirit box, and upcoming events, which I am also extremely excited to talk about some big news we have for upcoming events. We have an online event on September 21st with the one and only Nick Groff. You'll remember Nick from Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown with Katrina Weidman, who's been on our show before, and most recently, Deathwalker. You can get general admission tickets or VIP tickets that will get you a private 5-minute audience with Nick Groff with that video file sent back to you and an autographed photo. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can find the event on Eventbrite. Look for Nick Groff or look for the banner on my am950radio.com show page, which will take you to that Eventbrite page. I would like to thank my sponsors for this event: Enchanted Boutique, Northern Shadows Paranormal Research Team, The Edge magazine that you listen to Kelly on this station, Things That Go Bump Minnesota, Charvinity, and Drunken Oracle. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this. I really do appreciate it. Also, Parafriends Events is back. We have that event over in Holton, Kansas, this coming weekend, September 16th and 17th at the haunted Hotel Josephine. There are two separate events, one on the 16th at the Lake House, one on the 17th at Hotel Josephine. Go ahead, do both events. Take a drive out to Holton, Kansas. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's very haunted. We've been there before. It's worth the road trip. And you can, once again, go to the show page on AM 950 Radio and the Ghostbox Radio. There's a banner for Hotel Josephine. Will take you and be able to get you the tickets that you need. Also, if you miss Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken Live, AM 950 replays these episodes Saturday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or you can listen anytime by going to Spotify or iTunes. After listening, please leave a positive review for my show. I'd greatly appreciate it. Our guest today is psychic medium Nicole Antoinette, and she is doing one-question readings for us today. If you want a reading, call in 952-946-6205. If you're watching us on Facebook, please leave your questions in the comments. And remember, folks, let's keep the questions light. No questions regarding mediumship, politics, medical, or legal. Even though this question I'm going to ask might be looked like as legal, I think what Annette, and I'm getting this from the MN Ghostbox Facebook page, I think what Annette is really asking about is I think there's be some sort of rigmarole happening with her at the VA hospital. And she says, will the mess with the VA get resolved soon? I think she's just looking for closure.
I feel like it is. The first word that came to my mind was yes. So yes, it'll keep in mind that the word soon is relative, but it is going to get, it is going to get resolved. Maybe not quite in the time frame you're looking for, but it will get resolved in what I would consider soon. So we're looking at a few more weeks.
And it's funny because it's never soon enough, right? I mean, that's how I see it, at least.
Yeah.
I mean,
it really isn't, especially when you're dealing with things like that. Yep.
I mean, especially if it's something, and I'm sure for poor Annette that it's been very difficult and it couldn't happen fast enough. So Annette, I hope that everything gets resolved very quickly for you. We're moving on. Once again, feel free to call in 952-946-6205, or you can leave comments on the Facebook page. We go over, Dawn has a question, and she just would like a general reading if she may.
Okay. So let me just kind of tune in and see what I've got going on here. Dawn, I feel like you've got this wide, vast, I want to say, of emotions and even psychic abilities and spiritual abilities that you're just barely touching the surface on. I feel like there's more that you can dive into, and I'm not quite sure if you're intimidated by this or not, because what I'm seeing, the image that I'm getting is I'm seeing this big, beautiful, I feel like I'm looking at a lake, and I see a boat on top of it. Today's spirit is being very visual with me today. Usually I get more impressions or I'll hear things, and today they've been visual. So anyways, as I'm looking at this image of you being on a boat and just kind of looking over the side, you're seeing your reflection. And so I feel like right now you're in this time of reflecting on your life. This is a time for you to really stop and think about who you are as a person, how you're presenting yourself to others, and who you want to be. And I do feel like there's something beneath the surface in your emotional life that you're kind of afraid to touch, that you're afraid to tune into. And I feel like if you can find the courage to dive into that, you're going to find a lot of answers and also a lot of healing. And I feel like that's what this might actually be about. This might be about emotional healing. This might be about you being a little intimidated about diving deeply into a situation in your past that you still need to get closure on, or that you need to feel that it gets resolved, because the truth is that energetically, this situation and this wound that's causing it is still open. Even if you've cut ties, even if you've sent Reiki, whatever it is that you've done, there's still something in this wound and in this energy that is open. And I feel like if you're able to dive in there, and I don't know if maybe you would need to get therapeutic help, or maybe you just need to really sit with it and journal and contemplate what this situation was, how it's affected you, and how it's still playing out in your personality, the imprint it had on you. I feel like that's what is required in order for you to be able to grow and really heal from that. And so remember that the events in your past are in your past. They cannot, the only way that events in the past can continue to hurt you is if we ignore them and pretend they didn't happen, because then we go on and we keep making the same mistakes over again, or we allow that wound to continue to agitate us. And so we act out of a place of agitation instead of love. And I know, Dawn, that you're a very loving person, because I can feel that from you. Like, you have this beautiful heart that's really wanting to radiate that out, but there is this part of you that still hurts. And so again, I feel like Spirit is inviting you to dive into that wound, to remember that it's only going to hurt for a while. It can't re-agitate you. You're already agitated. You're already hurt from it. And going into the past is going to allow you to heal that wound so you can serve yourself and others better in the present.
Great. Thank you, Dawn, for putting in a question. We move on to Ashley. We have about maybe 4 minutes or so before we go back to break again. So if you feel like you want to add more, we can take a break or whatever, that's fine. But Ashley just has a question. She would also like to have a general reading today.
Okay. Let me just tune in a little bit more. Also, I'm going to ask your listeners to give pinpointed questions, because when they ask general, anything can come up, and a lot of times what will happen is people are like, oh, well, that's not really what I wanted to know about. So please be specific. If you want to know about finances, and by finances, I mean, you want to know if your financial situation is going to get better, you want to know about your love, whatever it is, please put in those specific topics so I know exactly what to lean into. And I'm sorry, what was this person's name?
Ashley.
Ashley. Okay. Tuning into Ashley. Okay, Ashley, what I'm seeing for you, this image that I'm getting is you standing before a door. And I feel like this door represents some type of block that is happening in your life. You're looking at this door wondering, how am I going to get to the other side? And there's just this feeling of this door being huge. So this block is pretty big. And you know that on the other side of it is possibly what you want. And so I feel like this message is about you overcoming your fears. And also what I'm hearing is you need to ask for what you want. You need to be brave and knock on the door of opportunities. And so maybe you're in a relationship or a friendship where you're not getting the respect that you deserve. And so you need to be more assertive in that. And you need to be better about verbalizing your boundaries. This can also be about you wanting a raise or a different position at work, or even wanting a different job and being almost afraid or too timid to ask for this. So the energy that I'm picking up on for you is being brave, being courageous, finding your inner strength, and ask for and even demand what it is that you want and need. People can't meet your needs, and they can't give you what it is that you want if you're not asking for it, and if they don't know what it is that you want. So be sure that you're verbalizing that well.
Cool. Now, I just got to say, like, Dawn responded to your reading, and she asked for a general reading, and she says, such a beautiful reading and so spot on. Thank you so much. That's, I think that's interesting, because I understand where you're coming from with don't want general readings, but I do think people just want sometimes an idea, like, am I on the right path? And maybe that's what they should be asking you. But yes. if anyone's annoyed that they're not pinpoint accurate, they can get a reading from you that's more in depth as well, is kind of the way I look at it.
Well, that's true.
You're not getting anything for this, so hopefully the people will be like, no, I like where this is going. I'm gonna get another reading and pay for it and whatnot. It's just that, but I mean, that's what I see when people are asking for general readings. Is I know a couple of people that you've given general readings to, and from what I know about them, it does feel like what I know about them, that you're right on track, and I can tell that it's making a great impact on them. And just to know, just that little bit of positivity of like, okay, good, because this is, in some cases, I'm sure they're like, this is what I was feeling as well, and you just were able to help me with that. So yeah, no, that's
okay, good.
So
in the past, I have had people where they've asked for something general, so I've given it to them, and they're like, "Well, I already knew that," or I'm like, "Well, you asked for general," so that's why I have that stipulation now. Please just let me know the topic.
And Ashley just responded to it. She said that was very spot on. Thank you so much. It's the push I needed. So Nicole, just know that, I mean, we're going to get some more pinpointed questions, but you're giving everybody exactly what they need. I have a couple more people on deck here, but we're going to go into our final break. When we come back, we're going to get to the remainder. If you still have a question, get it in quickly. We're running out of time, and we're going to be back with psychic medium Nicole Antoinette. You're listening to Ghostbox Radio on AM 950. Metaphysical means different things to different people, and Enchanted Boutique in Maplewood has classes and workshops for any skill level, whether you're a beginner or new to the metaphysical. Enchanted Boutique's friendly instructors bring positive energy and years of experience in all the metaphysical realms. Workshops include energy healing, various divination techniques, crystals, and much more. Plus, Enchanted Boutique has lots of products that can supplement what you learn at their newly expanded retail location in Maplewood. Find the class schedule and book your own session at enchantedboutiquemn.com.
Hi, this is Laura. Listen to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. or anytime via podcast. Our individual health is connected to the health of each other and connected to the health of the earth. We know the problems with the dominant food system: climate change, deadening soils, nitrates in the water, factory farming, injustice, concentration of wealth. How do we both as individuals and as a community step up and support a living food system which honors the earth? Tune to Food Freedom Radio every Saturday at 8 a.m. and remember to support your independent farmers.
Hi, folks. This is Kirk Bankstad from the Minocqua Brewing Company, and I sell Choice Hard Seltzer. Choice is an all-natural, 105-calorie, grapefruit-flavored hard seltzer for those who believe that a woman's reproductive decisions should remain a private matter between her and her doctor. When you purchase Choice Hard Seltzer, 5% of the proceeds go to support reproductive rights organizations in Minnesota.
Drink progressively with Minocqua Brewing. Get Choice Hard Seltzer at Lowry Hill Liquors in Minneapolis and Top 10 Liquors in Andover. Find other Twin Cities locations at MinocquaBrewingCompany.com.
Eat Local Minnesota is a great way to find locally owned Minnesota restaurants and food purveyors. You'll find high-quality food and unique eating experiences with dishes from around the world. Just visit eatlocalminnesota.com for your next meal. Crooner's Supper Club is back after an exciting renovation. Enjoy a delicious dinner, fabulous cocktails, and music from top-name local and national artists in the newly renovated Crooners, with its new dining room and bar, Maggie's Lounge, expanded seating in the main stage, and updated COVID safety measures. Located just north of 694 off Highway 65, make your next night out with Crooner's Supper Club, a little piece of old-school nightlife in the 21st century. More at croonersmn.com. Cafe Latte combines a cafe dining experience with gourmet quality food. Plus, you can still do online ordering and takeout along with gift cards. Just go to cafelatte.com and choose from their ever-changing selection of award-winning salads, sandwiches, and soups. Cafe Latte is located off Victoria and Grand and online at cafelatte.com.
Hello, this is Ellie Krug with Ellie 2.0 Radio. Now my show will be on Saturdays from 10 to 11 and replayed on Sundays from 1 to 2. You will get to the best of Ellie 2.0 with talking about idealism with guests who come in and who are idealistic, who are trying to change the world. And you will get me, Super Idealist. Tune in. We can't wait to hear from you. And you'll hear from me Saturdays from 10 to 11.
And welcome back to Ghostbox Radio. My name is Greg Bakken, and thank you, Denise, for sending over the updated score of the Vikings, 17-0. I figured that we must be doing all right, because if we weren't, Patrick would have just shut this thing down. I think he would have just taken us off the air in anger. So I do appreciate, first of all, Denise, I appreciate you. I also appreciate the Vikings for allowing my show to continue without being, just taken off the air. For our final segment, we return to our guest today, psychic medium Nicole Antoinette, and she's doing one questions reading for us today. If you want a reading, give us a call, 952-946-6205, or put it in the comments. We'll do our best to get to you. We do have some readings we're going to get to, so we have about 7.5 minutes left, so we're going to get back to it and get it all figured out here. Let's see here. Where are we? We are going to get to Denise, actually, I'm going to wait on Denise for a second. You wanted something a little bit more pinpoint, so I'm going to give that to you right now. Suzanne is wondering, she says, I'm moving to a smaller town for a few reasons, including my older sister is there. Suzanne is 72 years old. She's just wondering what the cards say about the move. Like, will I be happier there or restless?
Suzanne, this actually feels so good for you. And as I'm tuning into it, I just get this feeling of joy. I get this feeling of actually being home. And you might not think that that's possible, because I feel like the place that you're in right now, that definitely does feel like your home. But when you move here, I feel like you're not just going to be closer to your sister who feels like family. I feel like you're going to get a community of other people who also feel like family. So I also get that there's other people and friends that are there for you. You may not have met them yet, but this does feel like it's going to be something that is very comforting to you. I feel this being peaceful, but I do feel this feeling of joy. There might be an adjustment, but I don't feel like the adjustment's going to be too tough for you. But the overall feeling I'm getting from this is joy. You might get there, and after a few months, you'll think, why didn't I do this sooner? So yeah, this feels really good.
Oh, that's exciting, because I can understand how, it's always hard to start over, right? I mean, we could talk for hours about that, right? And it's, you do make it eventually, but there's a lot of uncertainty. So Suzanne, wish you the absolute best on the move and the big changes coming up for you. I hope Nicole's reading helps. Then we're going to go to Denise. Denise had a question earlier, but once you reprimanded us, Nicole, she came back and kindly gave us something a little bit more palpable. She just wants to know, Denise would like to know if she's making the right decisions in life, or if she's on the right path.
Okay. So Denise, here's what I'm feeling. Let me try that again. Here's what I am feeling and hearing for you. I feel that you are absolutely on the right path. I also get that you are coming to what appears to be a fork in the road. So if you're not already there, this is coming soon. And what I want to say is absolutely trust your heart. Trust your heart when it comes to this decision. And we already know that when it comes to making decisions in our life, a lot of times our mind can go both ways, because we can go towards what it is that we want, but then we have that voice of fear that's giving us all those reasons why we shouldn't do it. And so I'm going to tell you right now to be courageous and go for what it is that you want. Go for what it is that feels right. When fear speaks up, thank fear for being there for you, because fear is just trying to protect you. But really be sure that you're looking at the whole scenario, at the whole picture. As many of you know, Mercury is about to go into retrograde, and when Mercury goes into retrograde, it is believed, and it is said by astrologers, that decision-making efforts can sometimes be a little impaired. And so when that happens, we just want to have extra caution in the choice and the decision that we are making. But I do feel like this lovely woman is very heart-centered. I feel like she is very intuitive. I feel like she's very empathic. I'm also getting that she's a people pleaser. And so when it comes to these choices that you're making in life, I do feel like one of them is, I want to say, oriented more towards a family or friend or someone who's close to you. And just be sure that as you're making that decision, there's a benefit in this for you too. It can't just be 100% for someone else. There has to be something in this for you as well. And I do feel like that's going to be the situation for you. As far as everything else goes, everything else feels actually pretty good for you, feels healthy. I see that you've done a lot of work on yourself right now. I also feel that you have like this inferior complex where you're telling yourself you're not good enough at something, or you should be at a different stage in your life than where you are. And I'm here to tell you, you're exactly where you're meant to be. No person in the universe is ever misplaced. You're exactly where you're meant to be. And the things that you're going after, the things that you're wanting in life, they are coming up for you. And also, I feel like I need to tell you, you are enough. You are enough. You are enough. You are loved and you are enough.
And so that is fantastic. Denise, I hope that's good for you. Suzanne, who you just read for the move, she just wanted to thank you. She loves the reading. I have someone who wants a general reading. We have about 2 minutes for you to do so. Would that be enough time for you to do so?
I will try. No, I'm a talker, but I'll try.
Right. Jane, who asked about why she sees spirits, she just would like to get a general reading if possible.
Okay, Jane, let me see what I'm getting for you.
And actually under 2 minutes now. So
under 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Jane, what I'm feeling for you is I feel that you're in an interesting place in your life right now. And so what I feel would be really good for you is to really surround yourself with the things that make you happy. I feel like it's important for you to get out of your environment and get out of your home more to do the things that you enjoy. There does seem to be not to be scary, but this darkness around you, or maybe a better word would be heaviness or negativity. Like I'm just kind of feeling that around you right now. And so the way to move through that is to move out of it. And the ways that we can do that is by doing the things that make our heart more happy. And I think that you may be kind of stuck in a rut. And so I feel like changing things up a little bit, even if that means painting the walls in your house, putting up new pictures, going for a drive and going in a different direction than usual could be helpful. But I just feel like you need something new in your life. Like I feel like you're ready for excitement and some good things to happen. And for those good things to happen, you need to shake up your reality a little bit. Not in a nonsense way, but in a good way. So really start maybe tonight at some point. Sit down with a pen and paper and ask yourself, what are the things that would make me happy? What are some things about myself that I've lost? What are some experiences I would love to have? And then go after them, start doing them. And these don't have to be huge experiences. They don't have to be, trips to Cancun or anything expensive. These can be things like you're taking a weekend trip to the beach. So start treating yourself. I feel like you need to treat yourself more. And that's the way that you're going to be able to bring more happiness into your life.
Wow. I knew that you were going as fast as you could on that. I'm very impressed. That was great. I could feel just like the train is going. It's trying to get to this destination. Nicole Antoinette is a psychic medium, tarot card reader, spiritual mentor, author, and channeler. She is the personality behind the popular Guiding Echoes YouTube channel and radio show. Listen, if you want to schedule readings with her, go to guidingechoes.com. I got that right, correct?
Yes, you did.
That is fantastic. Also, visit her YouTube channel. She does a lot of work on there, one-question readings, other things. That's Guiding Echoes on YouTube. Nicole, thank you so very, very much for doing this today. I hope you had a good time.
I did, and thank you so much for having me. I hope to come back soon.
I would love to have you back on. Everyone, thank you so very much. We'll be back next week with brand new episode. You've been listening to Ghostbox Radio with Greg Bakken on AM 950, and we'll see you next week.
Connections Radio Show is all about tapping into our hardwired hunger to connect.